Oh, so cursed, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.
Boulevard.
Oh, so cursed, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.
Boulevard. ladies and gentlemen, ahoy hoy from Boulevard Bullies Camp. Welcome to the number one show on this channel and perhaps the entire interwebs. The flagship show for not only the Boulevard Bullies channel, but perhaps all of wrestling podcasting. Here comes the lame. I'm your host, PK, with the Boulevard Bullies, and I am joined by exalted co-host, now 100%, let me double check, 100% unmuted, Jedi Joe, the flagship Joe, Jedi Joe. Right. With these episodes will now have titles. So we're in deep water. We almost lost our entire fan base for the flagship show because last week, for the first hour, we just talked about human being shit, our lives, jobs, lives, experiences, and man, real life the bear, yes, chef, yeah, and right, no personal talk. I don't want to hear about any of your fucking dinners or recipes. What? Hold on.
Now I'm muted.
You know what's really, really funny, Joe, about that is that
now
I hit the unmute button.
But you were muted.
But
you had already
unmuted. I feel like I had. Okay, hold on one second. Hold on. Let's just start over. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the flagship show of the Boulevard Bullies YouTube channel. I am your host, PK, and this is Jedi Joe with Here Comes the Lame Wrestling Podcast. Hi, Joe. How are you? Can we hear you?
Welcome in, everyone, and welcome to Horrible Answer.
Horrible DJ. One day I hope to have a producer who just runs the levels for me. Because I've obviously proven completely...
You look right at the fucking thing and said... You look right at the fucking thing and said I was unmuted, and somehow you perceived that as muted.
Well,
like, what were you looking at? A button?
No,
or
because
were you looking at the slider?
When you're muted, it's the slider goes black and white. When I hit the button to unmute you, it goes color. So I saw it go color, but I didn't realize I had the volume at 0.
Shout out to my girlfriend for that one. She texted me immediately and was like, "You're muted."
Wow, thank you. Yeah, I started seeing it in the chat, but it was way too late. All right, well, that'll do it for the show. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Oh, that really burns me up.
You're pissed, right? You don't like that. We were doing so good. We started off so good. We went over the notes.
Nah, all we said was that last week there was some backlash with talking about IRL stuff.
Yes.
That's all.
Yes.
And now we're going to talk about wrestling stuff because that's what people want to hear on a wrestling podcast.
But before that, we're in the most important time of year. We're on the road to Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. We are in Final Fantasy season. Yeah.
On the road to Rebirth, brother. Played the second demo, finished it up today. There's 2 demos. That's how big of a deal it is. 2 demos.
When is it? It comes out like next week, right?
Yeah, next Thursday. This Thursday now, whatever.
Just a fresh 200 gig file to download.
Oh, yeah. I think what they did with the demo was like they gave you both demos and then like only gave you access to it. Like all of a sudden, like yesterday, it was just like an update for like a second. And it was like, oh, now you can play this other half of the demo. Like it was always in your hard drive sitting there. Ready for them
they
to
just activated
greenlight it. Yeah. That's what preloading is anyway. When you preload a game, the game is there. You just don't have access from there. Whatever the fuck server or whatever.
And that's the way Skynet will get us in the end eventually. Like all of us agreeing to all these terms and services, one day they're just going to flip a switch.
Yeah.
So was it good? Do you love it?
Yeah, no, it's good. I'm trying to figure out some technical stuff on my end. I bought a new monitor and a new capture card.
Wow.
You know what a capture card means? We're streaming it, brother.
Hell yeah. You streamed the hell out of 7-1.
Yeah. Yeah, I did like 5 straight days, like 15 hours each or something like that.
I love that for you.
It was like sous chef blocks. It was like 9 a.m. to like
don't talk about work, Joe. Don't talk about restaurant stuff.
Talk about restaurant stuff. We don't want to talk about that.
So I feel like you're not as excited as you should be. I feel like you should be like laying awake at night.
I think when like it finally comes out and then you start playing it, eventually you'll get into it. You know what I mean? It's once those bigger moments happen and you really start to get, knee deep.
So you're going to run to your local GameStop Thursday night and wait online for the midnight release. And then run home and pop the disc into your console.
God, I've done that so many times. I did that for Diablo 3. I did that for The Force Unleashed. Trying to think any other games. GTA maybe?
Oh,
GTA
I always did
5?
the GTA releases, yeah. I always did those.
Yeah, maybe. But no, it's a thing of the past. Blockbuster's dead. GameStop is soon behind it, releasing their as they sell fake Pokemon cartridges to me. So
all right, well that'll do it with the video game talk. I'm in the mood for some Death Stranding. I don't know why. I just been seeing a lot of Hideo stuff.
We have to get off the topics. Like we have 2 minutes to talk about every non-wrestling topic.
Yeah, just real
today.
quick.
All right, that'll do it for that. All right, next up.
Yeah. Not even gonna try to wait
gardening.
I'm not even gonna try to wait for a transition. We're just gonna stop it. Just cut it. Cut. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get into some Death Stranding. Something about me just wants to relive that very strange and odd Hideo Kojima world. Have you ever played that game?
I have it on my PS store. It's on my PlayStation 4. Can I play it on PlayStation 5 then?
I think you can. Well, they might be sticklers because I know that they did like a heavy remaster PlayStation 5. So maybe I don't know. But I just re-downloaded it on my PS4. It's strange. It got a lot of backlash because people called it like a walking sim. It's basically one mission over and over again. That's
the sequel looks even stranger.
Dude, it's like,
it's like a guy with a guitar, like
Hideo Kojima just takes mushrooms and goes to like a thrift store and comes up with ideas.
There's like he was using like musical notes and like bolts of lightning, like electricity's coming out of the guitar, and then he turns it into like a sword, and then he starts using it as a blade.
I am so excited. And listen, Death Stranding, it's not tactical espionage. It's no Metal Gear, but just what an odd world. It's like this, like when.
Well, that'll be huge when that one comes out.
Oh, 2?
No, they're remaking 3.
Metal Gear.
Snake Eater.
Wow. Did you see that they greenlit a remake for the original Max Payne?
No, I don't think I saw that. No,
I just saw that today. I didn't confirm it, but I saw like a headline. I was just talking about this last week. I love shit that is recreated with love. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, if somebody who's my age loves that game and all that content as much as I do, but is like knows how to make a game, it's like, yeah, let that person do it. They're really gonna care about it. Like, do you have any doubts in your mind that the Max Payne remake is gonna be fucking dope?
Hopefully it's funny because the original is kind of funny. It's not supposed to be funny, but it's funny. It has funny moments of like ragdolling and like this bullet time, like like when some guy gets, you should kill some guy in like bullet time, and he's like, oh. It's just how it slows down the sound effect. Brian mentioned the Elden Ring DLC. Do you see that? Got a trailer?
Yeah, I watched the trailer and immediately got hyped for that too.
Yeah, I was about to reinstall Elden Ring.
Yeah, I think that's kind of in a way what pushed me over the edge to redo Death Stranding, because like it's kind of like the same feeling, different game obviously, but it's the same feeling. Just the idea of like revisiting and immersing yourself in a world. It's like, when the timing's right, that hits hard, that hits good.
Yeah.
And I've kind of been teetering on the edge with Death Stranding for a while. So once I kind of had that same endorphin drip, like, oh, Elden Ring. This is a thing, you know. Oh right, like, and they show the fucking Lord of Blood or whatever the fuck and all this shit, and it's just like, yeah, I can't wait to get into that.
I think there's
too.
like a new mount, and like, you know, how you have those spells or whatever, that the dragon spells where like you turn into the dragon. Now you can like turn into something else, and then there's like maybe a different mount, and then new Ashes of War and all that stuff too, and obviously new content like bosses and whatever.
So
Oh.
dope. I'm really excited.
Speaking of people that put care into fan service and what they truly love, Madam Web, hottest movie of the year.
I was trying to figure out a way to get from one to the other, and you just masterfully did it. That's why you're the flagship show. I mean, the flagship Joe on the flagship show.
When I'm not muted, yeah.
Oh fuck! I think you actually. No, you're unmuted.
No.
You're unmuted.
I would just end.
If I did that again, you would see Joe looking like how he does at the end of an Eagles football game.
Yeah.
So did you see this? Did you spend time into this?
No. I saw who's in it and what's going on.
Well,
I don't know why people like Sydney Sweeney so much.
Well, I mean, I love her. She's great. She's great in Infinity Pool. That's her, right? She's the one from what's the frickin' show on HBO? It's one word and it's about like teenagers having orgies. Euphoria. I think she busted out during Euphoria, if I'm not mistaken, and I think she was in Infinity Pool, and yeah, she's awesome. I love her. But yeah, the movie apparently sucks the nut. Not good. Not very good. Apparently, it's just trash.
Yeah, from what I've seen, it looks pretty bad, and I don't know. I didn't see Morbius. Could it be worse than Morbius?
Well, I think that's what I was reading on AV Club, is that it's like these movies, like these really bad Marvel movies, the Morbius and the Madam Web, and there's something else, but they're all in like the Spider-Man universe, and they're actually
but like
Marvel,
it's in the Sony verse, though.
right? But and it's in Sony too. It's Marvel, but it's also like Marvel Sony or something like that.
Yeah, which is like kind of doesn't really count, but does, because they acknowledged Tom Hardy as Venom or Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock Venom, whatever, at the end of No Way Home, Spider-Man No Way Home. I don't know if you saw that scene.
No, I haven't
It
seen
was
any
just
of the
like-
recent Spider-Mans actually.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a scene that kind of like connects the two. Like he gets, but it connects the two. But I think it just brings like the symbiote into the MCU. It doesn't bring Tom Hardy into the MCU. You know what I mean?
Huh. Interesting. Well, I mean, I hated Spider-Man 3 so badly that I said I'm burning
The
this bridge.
Tobey Maguire one?
Oh yeah, I'm burning this bridge and I'm
Oh, what
never
is that?
coming back.
This one?
Yep. You could tell
Shit
by
is
the
so
way I
fuck-
read-
Yeah, shit is so fucking. It's terror bad, bro.
Yeah, it's really bad. And I said I'm
He's like-
never, ever. I'm symbiote Spider-Man now.
Yeah, I'm evil. It's like little Nicky.
Yeah, so I swore it off and I said I was never going back. Just that movie made me feel nothing for Spider-Man. My favorite hero from Queens. Just made me feel nothing, and
I was pretty pissed about that.
And I just
Because I love black costume Spider-Man. It just looked like a sterile black costume.
Because growing up watching the Spider-Man cartoons and the whole symbiote, like the fucking comic books of the symbiote and all the shit, it's like, oh my god, they're doing the symbiote with 3. Yes, this is gonna be awesome. And I should have known. Should have known when they had to. Oh, it's gonna be Venom and Sandman. It's like, no.
And it was that Sandman they brought in to the MCU. They casted the same one, you know? They casted the same Doc Ock and Sandman, and then Jamie Foxx, and that what you said you hadn't seen No Way Home, but
I mean Sandman in that was well done, but it's just like the Venom Spider-Man Venom movie has to be its own movie. You know what I mean? It's this 1v1 type of thing. You know, there's a lot to get to. Anyway, I swore it off.
Speaking of a lot to get to, yeah.
Well, I was gonna touch briefly on.
Okay. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, we're still early.
No, we're good.
I was gonna say, speaking of swearing,
The
things
natives
off,
are already getting restless. It's.
Hey, by the way, shout out to all the guys on the
Shout
secondary
out to
show
shut the fuck up.
Tuesday.
Shout out to shutting the fuck up.
But yo, speaking of feeling nothing and having your heart broken so much that you can never go back, pitchers and catchers.
Oh yeah.
And the Mets.
Bryce Harper asking for more money.
Oh, is he holding out?
Oh, he's holding out, but he wants more money. He wants to be there forever.
Well,
So.
tell you this, going into the Mets season, and we'll keep it short, I just feel the same way about the Mets that I feel about the Spider-Man franchise. Just a massive disappointment from Queens, New York. And our star pitcher, who's really a number 3 pitcher on any other team, but he's our ace. Oh, he already got hurt. He's going to miss the first 2 weeks of the regular season. He's going to miss 2 starts to open the season. He's going to miss opening
That's
day.
not bad. I mean, we missed Bryce Harper for 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just
still got to the
Mets.
NLCS though.
Well, that's
Yeah,
because
the
that's
Mets,
what the
brother.
Phillies do. That's what they do. What
Well,
the
they
Mets
buy
do is-
championships.
No, the Phillies are resilient and they can win the NLCS from any position in the standings, whereas the Mets, even when they're in first place, they're in last place.
Yeah, they'll shoot themselves in the foot.
So that's all I wanted to say about that. Is that I'm like basically one more disaster season away from doing to the Mets what I've done to Spider-Man, which is just take it completely off my fucking radar.
METS, Mets. Oh, that's the Eagles.
And the season's over.
I'm thinking, let's go Mets. You know what Schaefer beer is?
No.
It was like the official beer of the Mets back in like the 70s. They had a whole like song jingle and everything like that.
Oh, man, and like 2 years ago, last year, things were so great. We had the old wise and hilarious Buck Showalter as our manager. We had Keith Hernandez Day. Gary Cohen got put into the Mets Hall of Fame. Everything was doing good. Now we got no players. Pete Alonso, our best player, they're saying he's gonna leave. And we went from Keith Hernandez Day to fucking Doc Gooden Day, dude. It's a
Wow,
disaster.
Doc Gooden Day, Cokehead Day.
Yeah, now we got a super boring fucking.
They hang
young-
out they're handing out bags of Coke.
Yeah, first
8 balls
50,000 gets a key
First
bump.
50,000 gets a.
Yeah, I'm going. I already got my ticket.
That's the only. Yeah, you got like 30 tickets. You got the whole fucking section. You scumbag.
I said, let me know when Strawberry Day happens.
Yeah.
I'm going all around the majors doing the Cokehead opening days. Yeah, but
Remember,
they suck, and Steve
Yeah.
Cohen sucks. So we got a boring ass manager. We got an analytics manager now. We got an analytics GM now, and I fucking hate it. I just needed to tell you that, Joe, because the season's already over, and I hate it.
Go Mets. Go Phillies. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else normie to talk about this week.
Maybe we
guess I
should
just-
start a wrestling podcast. Just me and you talking about wrestling.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about today, everybody. We got WWE. We got a lot of headlines. We have AEW, and then a lot of WWE and Elimination Chamber to talk about. So I guess we'll just get right into headlines, I guess.
Yeah, the road to WrestleMania is heating up. I've been seeing media all day about all the wrestlers arriving to Australia. And then I saw Braun Strowman is in Saudi Arabia at the WWE Experience, which is basically like WWF New York, except present day in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, light WWE. Yeah, WWE. What was it? I saw something that explained exactly what it was.
Well, I'll tell you this:
Is it
they
like-
don't have.
is
they
it
don't
like
have
an
chicken
access?
fingers? Yeah, I think it's like WrestleMania Access, but like a brick and mortar, like just there, just forever.
Oh, Natalia was there too.
Yo, I just think it's so funny that Braun and Natalia probably
Oh, this
got.
place is nice. It looks like a real fucking venue, dude.
Oh, it's a venue, or maybe you can
Yeah,
probably.
it's like this huge facade and like this big ticker with all these like animated like original looking artwork of them on the top and shit. That's pretty cool. If this is what it is, yeah. Braun Strowman. Damn, they got Chelsea Green to go over there. Jinder Mahal.
I'm just laughing
and
about
Talia. Yeah.
all these wrestlers. I didn't know that all of them went. I thought it was just Braun. I just think that's so.
This happened before last week's show, by the way. We just.
Oh really? I thought Braun came out.
Yeah.
Man, that.
Oh no. I think it opened last week, but I don't know when they did the promo stuff. Maybe the promo stuff was this weekend.
Yeah. Okay. So Braun came out. He's in Saudi Arabia at the Access, and it's just very, very funny in my mind. He probably got an envelope with a plane ticket. He's like, "Hell yeah, brother! I'm going to Australia. Australia! I'm gonna make my return. Surprise! I'm gonna make a surprise run in an Elimination Chamber, brother." And he's like, "Wait a second."
It's like layover in Perth, Australia.
Saudi Arabia.
We're just going to refuel. Your final destination is
what? No, not you, Braun. You're actually going out. You're going to stay on the plane for another day and go to Saudi Arabia. Another 16-hour flight. What the hell?
Braun.
That's my funny thought that I thought was funny, that of the wrestler thinking they're going to the pay-per-view. You get it.
Yeah, they got he's there with like a cowboy hat on. I'm looking at these pictures.
Yeah, he was dressed like Bret Michaels.
They got a ring. Bret Michaels, yeah. There was meet and greets.
He was just like Shawn Michaels, kind of, in a way.
Yeah. It looks like they might be able to run shows and shit there. They got it kind of looks like a house show, the house show entrance. Wow,
it's like nicer than
cool.
any venue that indie wrestling has ever run in, ever.
Oh yeah, it's like it looks super sterile, you know?
Yeah, it's just
pretty.
rooms.
It looks like they put a lot of money into it, that's for sure. I saw there was some cannibalized chairs. That's what I had seen. It was like they took the Royal Rumble chair base and then ripped off the back seat.
You hated
and
the
then
chairs.
put, like some other chair. Yeah, the chairs are paramount to me. You know that.
Yeah, you took one look at the chairs. You're like, well, I'm never going.
That's half another chair. They put that chair in that chair. The fuck is this? Is that a chair?
Well, they just lost one customer.
Yeah, they lost one motherfucking
You'll never
customer.
find me. You'll never find me at WWE
You'll
Access.
never find me
in Saudi
outside
Arabia.
that venue. That chair would go for a fuck ton. You kidding me? You'd have to steal that thing.
Yeah, you would become a fucking enemy of the state if you even touched it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, dude, don't fuck around. Just the way Triple H likes it.
Yeah.
Bow down to the.
I guess we should just get this out of the way. We're at week 5 of the Vince memes.
Vince Watch 2024.
Kind
Kind of cooled down a little.
Yeah, no one cares anymore. It's already blown over. It's already blown over. People have died because of this. And just like typical American world society faction, people are just already not caring about it. Orton and Cena kind of like beat around the bush, sided with Vince. Have you seen what they said?
Well, I saw that Cena used the L word for. He said, "I love the guy. It's hard for me because I love the guy."
I love the guy. He's done so much for me. I owe my life to him. But he has a hill to climb. He's got and you hear these things. It's terrible things. It's terrible. And I'll be there for him. No mention of the victim.
Right.
Nothing at all.
Yo, and was this on Howard Stern? Because I saw that Cena was on Howard Stern this week.
Yeah, it was on Stern. Yeah, they were in Miami or some shit.
Who?
Like
Howard?
Stern was
Howard?
in Miami.
Huh? I don't know. I don't know that. I've just been seeing clips.
Because they were talking about the Rock and Cena match, and then he was like, "Oh, it was right here in Miami." So I don't know what that was about. Maybe someone.
He's Cena's like so robotic. He's not as bad as The Rock, but he's definitely worse than Cody when it comes to like an android in human skin.
Yeah.
Like he's just very practiced and canned. You know who are cool? Who are cool older wrestlers? Batista. Batista seems fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like he seems like a real human being.
Oh man!
And who else is fucking
Get
cool?
in danger!
Who else is old? Who's cool? Stone Cold, of course, with today on
Ric
Instagram.
Flair. We'll talk about later.
I was getting there. But do you see Stone Cold has like he adopted like a stray like a chicken or a cock or a rooster, and it lives on his farm. He's like, oh, this is
Oh yeah, isn't he
Gary.
like doing updates about it?
Yeah.
Y'all want to hear updates on Cock-a-Doodle-Doo, wherever the fuck his name is?
yeah, and he
Like,
just cares about this chicken or
Yeah.
whatever, this rooster.
yeah, that's a whole it's a whole thread now.
He
Like,
named him
running.
something funny like Angus or something.
By the way, if anyone hasn't realized, you can go to the settings and change the quality of the stream to 1080. We're now broadcasting in 1080p.
Could you say that again, Joe? You were muted.
Oh fuck.
Well, speaking of old wrestlers, tell us your Ric Flair anecdote. I think here's a good moment for it.
What do you mean, the AEW? Want him on AEW?
Oh,
When I was watching AEW last night with my girl, you mean?
yeah.
She had no idea who the fuck he was.
Oh, I
He's
didn't
like-
realize it was AEW with Jace, but
No,
yeah.
it was. But she didn't know who he was. He was just like, who's this old man?
Oh, she's like, who's this guy wearing this carpet?
He's like, who's this old man? I was like, it's Ric fucking Flair. I don't know. Oh, I've heard of him, but
Huh, interesting.
she's upstairs sharpening her knife right now.
She obviously hasn't watched the iconic Bad Bunny video where Ric Flair is dancing on the roof with Bad Bunny.
No, I don't even know what that is. Yeah.
Woo!
Rick.
Right.
Woo wings. Woo wings. Yeah. So yeah, did you see what Orton said? Orton's kind of
No,
said
I
the
didn't.
same
Please,
thing.
what, he just dodged? Please update
Yeah,
me.
not dodge. I should have queued up the.
I think these guys are all fucking grimy, and I'm disgusted. And
That it hurts my heart. I've seen the horrible things online, and I don't want to believe because this man has done so many things for me. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have given a second and third chances in WWE.
You know, that's a little bit more of a human response than Cena's. Cena's was a little robotic, I think.
Yeah, but still no mention of the victim either. I mean, like, I think.
Yeah, but at least he said his heart is hurt.
Yeah.
But I guess his heart is hurt for himself and Vince, not the victim.
Yeah, not for the victim. There's been no man. But this shit is already starting to calm down. Like, I feel he's just gonna walk again, man.
No,
Like,
I
is
think we're just in a lull.
Yeah, we're in a lull, and then maybe next year, like, will it actually be like an trial or whatever you mean?
Right, they're like there's going to be.
I mean, the girl's lawyered up, so I mean, there has to be something. I mean, there's allegations.
Well, Laurinaitis came out and confirmed the Ashley Massaro story.
Oh,
Like
that's
Laurinaitis is flipping on Vince basically and calling himself a victim. So Laurinaitis is going to sing.
yeah.
And like I just feel like there's going to be a lot of other.
Snitches get stitches.
I don't know. It's fascinating. It's provocative, as Sean will say, and it's sad, obviously, and it's unfortunate. But you know, I can't fucking wait to see what the next huge thing is because I'm sure it's going to be insane.
So today, they announced or tickets went on sale for WWE WrestleMania World. We have a WWE experience
Okay.
in Saudi Arabia, and then in Philadelphia for WrestleMania weekend, we're going to have WrestleMania World at the Philadelphia Convention Center. So basically, this is
Wow.
going to be a glorified Comic-Con, if you will, but it's more like WWE access, meet and greets, all that kind of stuff, like on steroids.
That kind of
And,
makes sense that they would turn WrestleMania Access into like a full con, full
Yeah.
WWE con.
I'm trying to pull up. There was a lot of misunderstandings about the tickets.
Okay, go. Sorry, keep going. A
There
terrible
was,
thought just popped into my head.
Wait.
Well, at
You know,
at WrestleMania World this year, you know, you could do all the things that you could normally do.
no!
You
I already know where it's going.
You
Don't
can put
fucking
your
say it.
hand. You can
No,
put your
no.
hand next to Andre the Giant's hand.
Okay.
You can go and put on Hulk Hogan's feathered boa. You can stand next to a wax statue of Mean Gene Okerlund. And you can stand, for the first year, you can stand under the Vince McMahon.
Don't say it! No! Don't fucking say it.
They have a complete full to scale replica of one of the private offices from Titan Tower.
Yeah, it's like Nickelodeon. It's like, you know, they have a giant nose and you have to like dig in there like to get what you had
That's
to get.
exactly
This
what I
is
was
like a
imagining.
giant ass with like hair on it and stuff, and like
They have a whole Kiss My Ass Club wing now. You
Yeah.
can kiss Vince's replicas of Vince's butts throughout the years. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
done.
John Richter said a head pooping experience. I'm trying to find this some of these quotes. So the situation with the tickets were
You can
they're
have Pat
charged-
Patterson go hang out with your kids. You can have.
Yeah. He does the daycare. Like you can it's like coat check.
It's just all the horrific things.
All the horrors. Yeah. WWE House of Horrors.
The Blue Blazer experience.
Yeah. House of 1,000 Corpses.
Oh no! I'm sorry. Go on.
So this experience thing, they're charging people to get in. They're charging people with fees $70 to get into this thing.
Ooh, that's like kind of a Comic-Con price.
Yeah,
Little
it's
bit.
but they're so vague about what is to offer. They're like, yeah, there'll be meet and greets and there'll be other things to do, and then the superstore will also the biggest superstore you've ever had, and people are just like, okay, what actually is it? Like, what does this actually include? Do I have to pay to get into the store? And that's what I was worried about the most, because you know me, I'm like, are they gonna actually put this behind a paywall? Do I have to get into the store? Do I have to pay $70 fucking to get in now? And you would think they'd be losing money by doing that, but somebody went on Reddit and it was like, do you need a ticket to shop the Superstore only? And then Fanatics Events, who runs the event and runs every sports merchandise thing now, replied, you don't need a Tix. You don't need a Tix. So it's actually improper grammar. This might be someone just made up an account to make it look like that. You don't need Tix to get into the Superstore. And then there was just a dumb. Then someone else said, damn, I wish I knew that before I bought a ticket.
Well, what
Could've
I would.
saved-
Oh, I'm sorry. Continue.
could have saved $70. Then somebody else said, so what the hell did I pay $70 for? And someone said, WWE World, the fan experience. Did you not read about it on their website? LOL.
Well, it sounds like that you get. If there's a store in the experience, I would hope that it would be like, first of all, if you paid the $70 to get into the experience itself and the store is part of it, obviously you could just walk right in.
For the World. It's not the experience. It's called the World.
So
the
is
experience
there
in
an
Saudi Arabia.
Oh,
Yeah,
right. Okay.
well, yeah, it'll be like that. I mean, like if they're renting out if they choose to rent out the entire con floor, there's gonna be a fucking ring in there, like at least
What's the
one.
fucking thing called? I'm calling it. Oh, WrestleMania Access. So is there
Access,
no
but
more
now it's
WrestleMania
called-
Access? It's evolved
Access
into
is
World.
now the World. Now
So-
we are the World.
So
the world,
I would
brother.
assume that you can buy the normal merch outside of the World. Like I'm sure they're gonna have, the stands and like little smaller stores. But I would assume that the World store is gonna have gold premium merchandise for sale.
Yeah, the signed shit and all that stuff. But the way Fanatics did the release and like the whole advertisement for it, it was just in typical Fanatics fashion where it was just very cryptic, not well done. Fanatics taking a lot of backlash the last 2 weeks due to shitty hockey jerseys with these New Jersey Devil jerseys that came out for the Stadium
Ooh,
Series.
I kind of liked them. The black and red.
So do a lot of people. It's been helping me out.
Oh, let me. I want to cop one of those. Yeah, they just basically took away like the third color and they just went flat black and red, which was dope.
Yeah, it's like a NWO.
Did you see that they showed up? The Devils showed up.
Oh, the Flyers showed up.
Well, the Flyers showed up like Rocky.
Yeah, they all had joggers.
They all had Rocky joggers, but much cooler. The New Jersey Devils all showed up in track suits and undershirts and gold chains like the Sopranos.
Oh, okay, yeah. Good game though.
Speaking of
Both
Rocky,
games were good.
did you hear? I saw that they're
Oh,
trying to
yes,
get
yes.
Sylvester Stallone to like do some fucking stare.
So we've all
running.
been theorizing of what the hell it actually is gonna be if they get him,
Uh-huh.
and it's like, oh, probably just like the intro, like how Hogan was for the Rumble. Come on down to Clearwater, brother.
This is
Come on down.
Philadelphia,
This is-
where
yeah,
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is Philadelphia, and it's not about how hard you fight; it's if you get up.
yeah, if you keep
And
getting up,
da-da-da.
we're
Yeah.
a city
And
built with-
Philadelphia is a
Yeah.
place of winners. And it's like, and now Snickers present
Yeah, baby.
WrestleMania XL.
No, but yeah, then you get the fireworks, then you get bam, 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 and he actually comes out. But
Yeah.
surprise, it's Vince McMahon in disguise.
Chance. That's what you got.
Swerve. Yeah,
My
so
notes-
that,
we're
I'm
all
sure
going
they'll
off
do.
the rail with the notes.
I'm sure they'll say. I'm sure they'll have in West Philadelphia, born and raised. I'm sure they'll do all the.
He got Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. Just smacked the shit out of me.
Oh, yeah, that's true. All right, back to the notes. I mean,
So,
it is
yeah, that's-
WrestleMania season, so.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, that does it about the world. I'm not getting tickets. I'm probably just going to sneak in like I do every other major event. Nikita injury report for the week. Nikita Lyons, everyone's favorite karate master, black belt, and
No, that's it. Just a karate master. Oh, I think she's a singer as well.
whatever. No, oh, she's a rapper. She's like a rapper.
It's
Her
just the
promo,
physics.
She does this and she
Tor-
does this. She's like, "This is all real, honey, and that's gonna be as real as this beat down. I'm gonna get you right here tonight on NXT."
New Joe
I somehow-
impersonation. new favorite Joe impersonation unlocked.
Yeah.
Nikita Lyons.
So Nikita Lyons injured. She just came off injury too. I don't think anything. I think she'll be just fine on OnlyFans. She'll probably get released before
Nikita
the end of
Lyons?
the year. Yeah, and then she'll just go on OnlyFans and she'll just be fine.
Well, I mean, I just think that it's so tragic because, just unlimited potential.
Sean says she's not a she's not a rapper. She's a former video vixen.
Turned rapper,
What is a
turned
video
karate
vixen?
fighter. It's like the girl on the car for the White Snake.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot of funny comments tonight. He said, "Oh, Meek Mill performs Dreams and Nightmares
There
at
you go.
Philadelphia." Yeah, and he's also here in Rocky Balboa is opening Mania, and then come on down to Philly, get yourself heroin and cheesesteaks.
Mm.
John Richter said,
Delicious.
"Walk around like a zombie." Yeah, in Kensington. Yeah, he also mentioned Shotzi. Shotzi is also injured 9 to whatever months
Do
for
you
an
think-
ACL thing.
You think when the WWE fans are standing in line around the block at Pat's chanting, like making up wrestling chants, do you think the front counter guy's going to go postal? The front counter-
out of here,
the front-
motherfucker!
The front
Yeah, it's
counter
gonna be
guy.
just motherfuckers wooing and yang up and down the fucking dude. That's all that weekend is gonna be. That's why I'm not going to a lot of shows. Like Thursday, I'm going like I'll eventually go over the whole itinerary.
Wooing
get
and
closer.
yang throughout.
Yeah, it'll just be like I'm just gonna be walking around fucking making fun of Marks the whole weekend.
Like this
and
guy
all
at the front counter at Pat's has dealt with the Flyers, the Phillies fans, the Eagles fans, wrapping around the block drunk after a game, waiting for Pat's. But it's the WWE fans
That
that are
triggers.
gonna,
it, yeah.
that are gonna make. He's gonna quit. It's like 35 years. He's gonna be like, fuck
Yeah.
this job.
Fire 170 beef, 12 cheesecakes, 55. Yeah, it's just like the bear all over again.
Yeah, it's gonna be a million marks with little tiny microphones filming content in front of Pat's, and he's just gonna lose.
Yeah, it's gonna be who's that one guy? Timeless Tony or not Timeless Tony?
Oh, tantalizing Tony, shout out.
Tantalizing.
Hey,
Tony.
I'm here at Pat's.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, he was.
Stay tantalized.
Did I ever tell you? Stay tantalizing. You ever tell you a story of what happened to him at GCW?
No, but I need to hear this. Stop everything and tell me this.
All right, so it wasn't a big deal. It was just like, geez, back then, it was just like 2 or 3 years ago. This is when like kind of the GCW machine started changing a little bit. This is just after Dark Side of the Ring with Nate Gage, so it still had its, a little bit of its edge, And Tantalizing Tony decided to show up and sit second row and record the whole match and the whole show and do commentary on
His
top
gimbal.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, his gimbal and recording the whole time.
Very
And
enthusiastic.
it was just like GCW hardcore. It's like, shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Yo, close that shit out. Me including. So we were over it. And then he eventually moved, and then we never saw him at a show ever again. So
That's awesome. That's
we
kind of cool.
chased him the fuck out, bro.
Oh.
Now people like that are all over the place at GCW. Now everyone's trying to get over, So it is what it is. But yeah, still on the WWE kick. Undertaker has a YouTube channel. Have you seen anything what
Oh my
he's
God,
been up to?
That's such a coincidence. I literally went to sleep last night saying, man, you know what I would love? An Undertaker YouTube
If I could go to sleep listening to Undertaker.
Wow.
YouTube.
Yeah, I was scrolling through YouTube and I'm like, you know what this website is missing?
Boring Blue Lives Matter content.
Yeah, the guy who hung the Big Boss Man from Hell in the Cell is wearing a Blue Lives Matter shirt, and the undead guy's talking about being alive, and just like my entire world is upside down.
I feel so alive, brother. Yeah, I tried to watch something, him and his co-host. I wasn't into it. Maybe I got to watch it again. And I'm like, is this what me and Pat sound like?
No, we're much worse than that. We're twice as boring and also not the Undertaker. So that's really a lot of things working against us here.
The last bit of WWE news that I have is with them down in Australia. I guess there was a work shoot with Austin Theory yelling at some more reporters.
You think it was a work?
I 100% think it was a work. There was wasn't there a few cameras around or something?
Something about like.
Or they try to make it look like the cameras all over, like it's like fan getting fan cammed. You know what I
in
mean?
like a private office somewhere.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit, like this is, and it's got like subtitles and it's like dark and like oh wow, yeah, this is real. And then all the you should see the comments. All the marks and people believe this shit, bro.
Yo, good for Austin Theory, man. What a throwback.
He's lucky he didn't get the shit slapped out of him. Long live the E.
Adrenaline in my soul. Yo, I don't know. I hated the Waller thing. We talked about that on this show, how much I hated the Waller thing. And the Waller thing, to me, listen, whether he believed it in his soul or not, it just came off as...
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I feel like you're poking me in the eye. I feel like I'm... it doesn't... It's not like somebody who is in their heart wanting to murder the person who's insulting them. I just feel like it has an air of... performativeness to it, where it's like, this is what, even if it is a shoot, it's still like, this is what I do when somebody asks me that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, you bring me all the way down here. I don't know. I thought the Austin Theory thing was a little bit cooler than the Grayson Waller thing.
Yeah, because Grayson Waller sounds like he, what they say, what Cornette said he sound like, fucking one of the fucking chipmunks, Alvin and the Chipmunks. And then there was what's his nuts there, LA Knight, and he was just like, "Oh, you ain't gonna want that. You ain't gonna want that, brother."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think like LA Knight couldn't be bothered. He's like old enough and secure enough.
I think it's also like he's getting pushed, so he doesn't want to
fuck anything up. Right? Like Grayson Waller's got nothing to lose.
I've literally been in this business for like 30 fucking years. Like I've been doing the worst fucking commercials, and, like grinding out all the ads in fucking LA for fucking ever. I'm not trying to fucking fuck this up.
Right. Whereas Grayson Waller's like, this could be the turning point for me when I yell at this guy.
Yeah, right.
So what do you think of the Theory thing?
Notice both of them were young guys. So
right.
I mean, Knight is a little older. He's like our age, but those other two guys are younger, and like they're, maybe that's also that Gen Z younger type, that hot-headed fucking, everyone they just slap you, bro. I'm gonna push you from behind in a Tropicana field after the Royal Rumble, and then punch you in your chest.
What?
That was what happened to me, remember? The guy.
Oh, right. Oh, the guy. Okay. I thought you were assaulted by Austin Theory. I thought you were...
I was assaulted by some mark, and then he just ran away.
So you hate it. So you hate the Austin Theory video.
I didn't hate it. I just don't see the point of doing it. I don't want to see how it adds to the product.
It's just depth, just trying to make some news.
Yeah, I think that's all it is like they know fake content is the best content. Like I said, everyone in the comments was believing it. Like,
Yeah, they're smarter with their
the content. Doesn't have to be yours. It doesn't have to be real. It just needs to get likes and shares and comments and engagement.
Right. Well, and I
subs or whatever.
I felt the same way when I saw the clip. Like I saw it, and then I saw that like the typical people on Instagram.
Well, who posted it though? Who posted?
I don't even know. Like I saw it.
WWE.
I saw it by somebody else, like by like it was just a 1-for-1 exact screen recording, and it was on like Wrestling Classic or some shit like that, right? And I felt the same way. Like when I saw that in the morning, that was my first instinct. Like, oh, I should screen record this and post this and get all the likes, you know. And then I was like, fuck it. But then I looked at my analytics today and I was like, I probably should have. I probably should have just done it. Would have taken me 10 seconds and my numbers would have been better, you know. But yeah, I hate it. It sucks.
Can't beat him, join him.
Wait, Boulevard Bullies have adapted that business model on our socials slightly. Yes.
Above and beyond, yes, to the point of ruin. Of self-destruction. We'll get back to WWE towards the end of the show. We're gonna switch gears and talk about some other news. TNA roster has been scheming something. Have you seen this thing? They're posting hourglasses.
Yeah, Karrion Kross is gonna debut. Duh. It's obviously
He's on
all
contract with E.
I know. I just feel like that's like a marked content. It's like, oh my god, Karrion Kross.
Yeah, Scarlet Bordeaux. Holy fuck! Like, people that don't move the needle whatsoever.
What do you think it all means, Joe? You think they're gonna walk out?
Is that what that's rumored as? Like they're gonna walk out?
There's some kind of mutiny after that one guy got fired. There's some
Scott D'Amore.
Some kind of shit going on. You think it was like actually a shoot, brother? And they're like, oh, the powers that be will know what this means. You got 7 days to meet our demands, or we're all walking out.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, like pretty sure he's very well received, respected producer, writer.
I saw somebody say on Twitter, TNA. Impact switching to TNA switching back to being called TNA, and then like
switching back to
having like all these problems going on right now is so TNA. That's really funny. TNA switching back to TNA now.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see if they're actually going to walk out or whatever.
I don't even know the story. Is there really unrest? I mean, I guess that's been
the story was. I think he was the D'Amore was the president, and then like trying to buy the company because he knew he was going to maybe get canned anyway. And then he made them an offer, I guess, and then they didn't like it, and then decided to can him. So maybe it will come back around that he might. That's what I thought they were getting at, is that it might come back around. And he just ends up buying it. Like that's what they were getting at, but whatever.
Interesting. Could care less.
Yeah, same. AEW stuff. You heard about the no other Mexicans except my Mexicans allowed on AEW programming? Yeah. Apparently CMLL says when their guys are on the show, no other Mexicans or luchadors are allowed on that show. Past or present. Like even if current guys, active guys, if they work for them previously, that still doesn't count. So you're an incredibly bad wrestling fan. Terra bad. You know it was a Fed? Have you heard of AAA? Yeah. You heard of apparently you're on mute.
Hey.
Are you on mute? Pat's muted. Okay, never mind.
Incredibly muted.
Got you.
Anyway,
She's on top of it. My girl's on top of it.
Is that a text?
Yep.
I apologize to you, Joe.
Well, John also just hit me up too. Shout out to John.
I apologize to.
Well, now, see, I was due. You were due, and I was due. So.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Don't
Joe.
blame it on the 1080 resolution either. I don't know.
No, I think the thing is freaking out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Carry on. I apologize to everybody.
So wait, Joe. So you
Welcome
know what
to the
CMLL
flagship show, everybody.
Start the show over. Come on, start the show over. So you know AAA. Do you know what's the GCW one they have down there? No, I was gonna say 0-1. Sean's in chat. What is it called? Or Brian?
I have no idea.
Fuck. What is it called? I was gonna call it the ones that wrestle in the junkyard.
Oh, Zona 23.
Oh,
Right, something like
Zona
that?
23. That's what it is. Yeah. Well, that's the only 3 feds I know down there. That's
Yeah,
what
well,
know.
I don't know much about them, and I really don't have any interest in this CMLL Blackpool Combat Club or whatever the hell they're doing, and don't really care. Zona?
Zona, yeah, that's what
Did
it
I
is.
just add the 23?
I think it does have the 23 on it, though. Yeah.
Sweet.
Um,
Pretty good wrestling fan. Even better show host.
you see that Tony Khan thanked himself last week after the Dynamite or Rampage or whatever?
No, but it's about
you see this?
time. Thanks, guys.
I have. He had a
Thanks,
big
me.
old Titantron saying Dynamite 200. Thank you, Tony Khan. And he had the whole roster come out on stage and thank Tony Khan.
Well, I'm going to tell you something, Joe. I think you're just a horrible, cynical, anti-AEW, Tony Khan hating
Good.
person.
That's exactly what I'm trying to get at.
What I think happened is I think that the staff all got together and decided, as a surprise to Tony, that they were going to thank him. By the way, this is the first time hearing about this. I didn't see it. I know nothing about it. But I think that they wanted to thank him for just basically giving them his money.
Here's here's the actual tweet. Tony Khan putting up a thank you Khan graphic is the billionaire equivalent of Michael Scott buying himself the world's greatest boss mug. When WWE hits milestones, they thank the fans. When Tony hits milestones, he thanks himself.
Wow.
And then, on Twitter, readers added context. It's like fact checking. Tony didn't put up the graphic thanking himself. It was a surprise from his crew.
I knew it.
Then Tony responds himself, of course.
Yeah.
It was a surprise from the crew after the live 200th episode of Dynamite. It was a nice moment and unexpected. I appreciate it very much.
It's a work, brother.
Yeah, exactly. That's a fucking work. I don't believe anything that little shit says. All right. I guess we're on the topic of AEW. We can talk about Dynamite this week. Did you watch Dynamite this week? No, you did not.
No, I didn't. But I did do my research, and I did watch the clips.
I
And
watched sheets and sheets of data
I consumed the content like I do, as I do. Hey, I put the pieces together that I knew they were going to say that he didn't do it for himself. I knew that.
put his money where his mouth is.
He put his money where his mouth is, and I put the pieces together, and I knew that that person who tweeted that tweet that you read, even if they had 2 followers, that Tony Khan was going to respond.
Would have got in. He would have got in there.
He was like, actually, it was a surprise for my crew.
He would have just been scrolling, clicking on profiles, looking at those comments, and just going so down the rabbit hole. Excuse me. So Dynamite was in Tulsa, Oklahoma this week.
What a thrill for them.
They opened up with another time limit draw from the Blackpool Combat Club and FTR this week.
Oh, Jesus.
Now, I was very
Christ.
confused with my friends. This is the second time limit draw they've done in 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
I think
Someone
it was
confirm
the week
or
prior. I think it was 2 weeks
Swerve
ago.
and Adam Page. That was a tie. I thought that was last week. That wasn't last week, and also in the opener as well.
I don't remember. I'm
I
pretty
think
sure it was 2 weeks ago.
maybe someone in chat can get back to me on, because I tried to look at Cage Match last night and was not working, and then I didn't have time right before the show.
So did they do it as a 1, 2, ding, 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 we're out of time?
No, the way the finish was, well, first of all, they listened to Cornette on this one, and they had the Dapper Yapper, whatever the fuck what stupid name they call him, Justin Roberts. We're going down the ring to see the Dapper Yapper. Now it's our following contest.
The cold-hearted,
he was-
handsome devil.
10 minutes have elapsed. 10 minutes. 15 minutes have elapsed. 2 minutes remain. 1 minute remains. 30 seconds remain.
So
So they were doing that. So the finish was they tried to hit the big rig and then went into like a sharpshooter, and then like as they were twisting around for the sharpshooter, it just looked like it was kind of botched, but not really. It was like went for Big Rig, and then Dax or Cash or whoever. Who's the one that does the knee breaker on that? Who's the bald one?
Dax.
Dax is the bald one. Dax Hardwood, right?
Yeah. Hardwood.
Hardwood. Well, that's what his figure said. There was like a botch on his first action figure for AEW. It said hardwood.
Amazing.
So yeah, they look like he didn't go all the way down the knee breaker for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it was like, oh, time limit expired. I'm not gonna hit the move. And he like bails out of the strike itself. You know. And then he starts putting on the sharpshooter, and then that was it.
I saw a screenshot of that they did like dueling sharpshooters, right?
And there was that also.
Was that the finish?
Earlier.
That was early.
No, that was not the finish. That was like 2 minutes before, 3 minutes before.
Okay, dope. Well, it's funny because 2 weeks ago it was Swerve versus Adam, and I guess they didn't have the Dapper Yapper counting down the minutes.
Yeah.
And the finish was 1, 2, ding, 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 time limit draw, and the fans weren't happy. And then what you're saying, you referred to Cornette, just to put that into context.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying that they listened, Tony Khan listened to the Cornette show.
Well, we know they listened to Cornette's pod.
Where he criticized.
They say he criticized the. It's like a cycle. It's like AEW does something, Cornette criticizes it, AEW listens to that and then remedies it, and then or does something around whatever, listening to his opinion, and then Cornette comments on that being commented on. You know what I mean? It's a whole fucking thing.
You love to see it. And that
it's like poetry. It rhymes.
That was the agreement that Jim Cornette and Tony Khan made when they met before AEW. They signed a contract stating that
they put their money where their mouth is, and they proceeded to call this the Continental Classic contract. Now, what goes on here with the Continental Classic contract? You get two of the biggest names in wrestling together.
Speaking of which, I know this isn't in your notes, but now I'm dying to know, what is the first ever Continental champion Eddie Kingston up to these days? I haven't seen him.
He's on Ring of Honor. Speaking of Ring of Honor, they just announced the Supercard of Honor show is in Philadelphia, April, whatever the Friday is.
5th.
And Mania weekend. It's going to be in Philly. AEW is running Mania weekend this year, people.
Incredible. Well, it's not it's Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor is putting their money where their mouth is, and it's running at the Leah Kouros Center, where Temple, arguably one of the worst alcohol, arguably, and the graduations and all that stuff is also there, and concerts too. But arguably the worst alcohol spread of any venue I've ever been to.
What do you mean, like no beer?
Like what do they have available? Like what they have available? You know what I mean? Like the options. Like, oh, do you have this? No. Do you have this? No. It's like Coors Light, Bud, and like shitty mixed drinks, and then that's it.
I love that.
You only got White Claws, Topo Chico, anything?
High Noons.
High Noons, yeah. Exactly.
All right. Well, I'm glad to see that Eddie Kingston, the first ever Continental champion who put his money where his mouth was,
is getting that recognition he deserves.
Yeah, exactly.
I got notes and I have results in front of me. So
hell yeah.
I'm gonna try and intertwine them. Also on the show, AEW Intercontinental title international title match.
Yeah.
Orange Cassidy defeats Mike Bennett. At some point, Jake Hager. I think this is when Jake Hager returned. There was a whole big. I think it was like an Undisputed Era kind of like beat down after the match with like best friends and shit. And then Jake Hager came out.
Hell yeah! Finally, I was wondering. Those were the two things.
Oklahoma, Oklahoma's own. Oklahoma,
hometown on his birthday.
Yeah, hometown on his birthday, and then we'll probably never see him ever again.
You know, I forgot. Like, I not only was I thinking to myself last night as I laid my head on my pillow, I really wish there was an Undertaker YouTube channel, but I was also thinking, I wonder what Jake Hager's up to.
Now I lay me down to sleep. Yeah.
now I know. Hey, speaking of Orange Cassidy, can I just interject and go a little bit off the rails and say that Orange Cassidy, you had to have seen this. There was Pro Wrestling Revolver, and they did like a huge show with like Elias on it, and Mustafa Ali, and Will Ospreay was on the show, right? It was like, wasn't this the whole show? And like Orange Cassidy came out. It was like a big, huge show, I think. But anyway, there was a show. I don't know if it's the same show, but it was a show with Orange Cassidy did a surprise entrance and defended the international belt, and Will Ospreay fought. And did you see that Tony Khan was in the crowd?
What? That was a wrestling show? I thought it was like something else.
No, it was like
That
the
thing.
Ospreay match. He was going like this during the. It was like one of Ospreay. Oh, okay, wait, no, it was two different things.
Crazy inflatable balloon man,
I
Tony
don't
Khan.
know. I'm all fucked up in the game. But
So
basically,
I thought I saw something. It was like they were at some show, like a sporting event somewhere in England or something. It might have been both, but it was it was like Orange Cat. It was like Tony Khan and somebody else, and Orange Cassidy and.
let me get my fact checkers in the chat. I think I
Yeah,
combined two things.
Add reader added to context. Yes.
Right. So I think I combined. So Mustafa Ali and Elias did the Wrestling Revolver show, which I've been seeing clips of. Right.
I didn't see
So that was a thing that's worth mentioning. They made their
Revolver's indie, so
Elias made his indie debut against Speedball Mike Bailey, and then over here in England, yes, it was like an important match for Ospreay, and like Zack Sabre Jr. at the end like came out and like hugged him or something, like broke kayfabe and like hugged him, and had like a
Curtain
whole
call.
speech. Ospreay had a whole speech. It was like his last match for some promotion. And anyway, Tony Khan has
was it Rev? It was probably Rev Pro.
Maybe that's why I'm getting it confused. I don't know. But Tony Khan was
No.
in the
Well,
stands.
there's Revolver, or maybe you confuse the wrestling Revolver with Revolution
I just combined them.
Pro.
I just put them together. I'm a terrible wrestling fan.
Yeah, he confused it with Rev Pro.
So anyway, the point is that Tony Khan is a walking meme and was in the stands going like this, like in like the box, like up, like in wherever where you sit to like.
Yeah.
He's like going like this for like the Will Ospreay match, not for like the speech, but for like a move, like ah. And I just love that. That's I'm sorry
He
that
hit the Zandig mother effing bomb. Is that
I'm sorry that I took 10
not
minutes
the mother
to
effing
say
bomb?
that.
Yeah, Pro Wrestling Revolver.
having a bad
is,
show.
Sammy's promotion.
I'm having not a great show. I was muted during that whole thing too.
Were you?
No, I wish
No,
I was.
nobody-
Now.
Nobody hit me up. There was a women's match up next.
Can't
Tony
win 'em all.
Storm. Tony Storm defeats Sydney Winnell. This looks like they literally just like grabbed someone's mom and just put her in wrestling gear.
She's my
This was
favorite up and comer, actually.
Yeah, the minute 50 seconds, and then that went right into another women's match of Deonna Purrazzo. Basically, I'm pretty sure she broke Madison Rain's neck.
Oh, I saw this too, and they did the Tony Storm and Deonna Purrazzo walking by each other, and they did half black and white.
Yeah, they
Half
were like
color.
they kept going in, but she looked like she killed Madison Rain.
Oh yeah,
This match got downvoted to a 2.6.
yo,
probably
she
because of the
looked like
move.
she murdered her. And did you see somebody? I saw a meme already where it was like, describe AEW to me in one screenshot, and it was like the frame of her literally about to land on her head.
Yeah.
Looked like she was about to die, and it said Intuit TurboTax move of the night.
Oh, that's right. They did.
Yeah.
They did fucking like replay it. Like, oh, this is the move of the night. Man,
Yeah.
she might be fucking injured.
Yeah,
Like,
that
what the
was
fuck,
fucking
dude?
brutal. Yeah, that was
They are-
horrifying.
And they did not have good chemistry whatsoever. Deonna
Ugh.
Purrazzo is not very good.
Overrated.
She used to be really good.
Overrated.
She used to be really good in Ring of Honor when she was younger, but I don't know. I think I don't know what's wrong.
Yo, when I saw
Um,
her, like I guess she was on the RJ show, the RJ shit show, and it was like he was like, "Oh, do you have?" They were making all these like mafia jokes. She's like, "Oh, my family's in waste management." Wink, and I was just like, "Oh, shut the fuck up."
Yeah, she nah.
Oh, she ain't it?
Ric Flair also was seen in the back. Renee was also on this show about 8 fucking times, by the way. Ric Flair, he came up to Renee and was like, between you and me.
Yeah, between you and me.
With the
camera, the lights, and the fucking microphone, just between you and me.
Between you and me, Renee.
Rick, we're in public.
I thought I would have, for this payday that Tony gave me, I thought I was gonna do
be a little bit more involved.
A little more involved with my buddy Sting. A little more incentives and a little more on the front end, on the back end.
I have to explore my options, is how he left.
And then he just goes and like knocks on the Young Bucks door and is like, "Need a manager? Woo, wings!"
Yo, I would love to see this tag match end in Ric Flair punching Sting in the balls.
Yeah, that like I'm sorry. I love you.
I love you.
Oh, and he's just like, oh, he's like
yeah, the most dramatic. Yep, that's the way. And then he like kneels, and then they can hit their fucking V trigger thing. 1, 2, 3, and then
fucking BTE trigger.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that shit is so fucking.
But he's
weak,
gonna
bro. That is the weakest fucking finisher.
The most with their tiny knees. It's gonna be the most dramatic ball shot of all time. I'm sorry, I love you. Ball shot. And then he's gonna kneel. And then it's going to be BT trigger 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to love that. And then I'm going to love to listen to Jim talk about that and just read the tweets and just read everything. It's going to be great. Really looking forward to it.
What else was on this shit show? Don Callis calls Sammy Guevara a cuck.
Hey, did you see the
biggest pop of the night, by the way, was for that comment.
Once again, Boulevard Bullies on the cutting edge, bringing cuck into the lexicon. Only so Don Callis, 80-year-old Don Callis, most looking like a penis human being I've ever seen in my life, Don Callis.
Yeah, he's pretty. Yeah, he shaved his head down, and then he's like drawing the veins into like a penis.
Yeah. I don't like go through life looking to answer that question. It's just when I see Don Callis on my screen, it just pops to my head. Like, that guy is the most penis-looking like guy that I could think of in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see that?
No Jericho on the show.
Oh, man. Unfortunate. Did you
I don't think so, at least.
That Cuck Sammy's wife, Tay Conti, posted a photo of herself breastfeeding, a provocative photo. Have you seen this?
Who?
Tay Conti. Tay Mello? Ty Mello?
Yeah. Another
Sammy Guevara's child.
Another one that's on the Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu babes.
Oh, so it's Ty, Nikita Lyons.
Mm-hmm. These are all masters in hand-to-hand combat, Joe.
Look at like what are those, the sticks with the thing at the end? It's like the stick and then it goes up.
Oh, like the nightstick, the nunchucks. She does like the little nunchuck routine.
Kinda. She definitely, yeah. She's really into telling everybody how flexible she is and how big her ass is and how high she can kick.
Yeah, I mean, it is impressive. There are a lot of masters of the martial arts. Yeah, but there was a breastfeeding photo, and then some other former diva, Danielle something. She saw that. She had to up the ante. Twins, double breast. So that's like a thing. That's like a little subplot.
Yeah. I did see that.
Double breast. So love to see it. Love to see, nature.
Yeah, I'm not into that. Yeah, nature. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just beautiful.
Nature likes for nature. The main event was
the majesty of life.
For some reason, Samoa Joe and the Mogul Embassy of Brian Cage and Swerve Strickland.
Hell yeah.
Defeating Adam Page, Hook, and Rob Van Dam.
Team I've always dreamed of.
RVD took the RVD looked like fucking shit in this match, by the way. I don't know. RVD looked good for the most part in all his 1v1 matches.
Yeah.
But I don't know what happened. He was just, the other guys are moving a little too fast for him, I guess. I don't know. I mean, and he was just so slow and like just a step behind everybody. And then the finish saw Rob Van Dam being in the rear naked choke by Joe, and he's like going around, and then he goes like, oh, and then just like passes out
Yeah.
like instantly. Like I don't know. All of a sudden, like
That's
the
how it
blood
happens.
just like yeah. I guess that is how it happens, right? Yeah.
But then Joe took the pin, right?
No. It was a ref stoppage off
refs-
Joe
Oh, okay.
choking him out.
Because I then saw a Prince Nana interview, and I love him. I follow him because I think he's a great guy, and I like him. And he was like, yeah, he called Joe a fat pig on the promo. He was like, I guess they were arguing that Joe got the win for their team, and that's not what they had planned.
Yeah.
And Prince Nana just said something like 1995, like that fat tub of lard pig.
They've been saying that a lot on wrestling stuff. Like,
Yeah, he just went for
you
it.
got herpes or something.
Oh, I fucking hated the. We'll get to that.
Don't worry. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
So that does it for AEW. Adam Page apparently got injured also during.
Ooh,
that
do you think this is
match.
real? I feel like I smell a little bit of chicanery, a little bit of dramatics.
A little bit of money where their mouth is?
I feel like we're in the theatrical money where your mouth is territory. I think that it's brilliant that he was like, no. And now he's going to go into this threesome with the leg. He's going to go in with the leg.
Gonna go to the threesome with the leg, yes.
You know, he's going to have he caught an ankle, you know, and now I think that's just trying to they're trying to baby face him up because I think Swerve is the fan favorite, but Adam's supposed to be like the darker
he's
conquering.
Yeah.
And I
you're
wouldn't
right.
be fucking surprised if they have Adam on. They have Adam over on this.
Well, that's what I was saying. I felt like Joe was just the transitional champion, and they go right to Adam.
I'm starting to feel like that's exactly what they're gonna do, and I think that the ankle,
Whatever the worst decision is, that's probably going to be what they
yeah. Which is that Joe and Swerve lose, and Adam Page wins the championship. I'm telling you, that's what's gonna happen. I think the ankle's part of it.
Could it be to protect them in a loss?
Oh yeah, maybe that's a good point. That's the more realistic option. Is that they protect him in the loss and they're not trying to baby face him up. I don't know. Could go either way. I don't think it's real. Is my point. You think it might be a real thing?
I literally only saw it like an hour or two ago, so I didn't really have a chance to like dig on it and formulate an opinion. A lot of news this week. A lot of stuff happened this week. As for the AEW show, that's it. But no, I'm sorry, we completely missed the Wardlow promo.
Yeah,
I think the Wardlow promo was the high.
Yeah,
We went in order, but then now we're off order.
yeah.
The Wardlow promo saw Wardlow just randomly come out. No, excuse me. It was Tony Schiavone. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Wardlow.
Thanks,
and then he
guys.
comes out. He's like, "Get your old ass out of this ring before I put you on your ass, brother," or something. And then he just proceeded to say he dropped a pipe bomb for the next 5 minutes, saying I beat CM Punk and I broke CM Punk and I broke Samoa Joe and I did this and that and I haven't done anything.
They were chanting for me like Goldberg. Well, he didn't say Goldberg, but he's like they were chanting for me, thousands and thousands.
My name, yeah.
And he goes, the rocket on my back must have been
And they
upside
turned it-
down.
They turned it
Which I thought was dope. That was kind of cool. Yeah. Guys. Tony, the rocket's upside down.
Yeah, that was Larry. That was a bizarre promo. I think it was very bizarre that they put him in the Undisputed. That was bizarre to begin with, the fact they put him with those other guys, but then in the Undisputed Kingdom. But now Undisputed Kingdom is not really like even on the shows. They're not even around.
Adam Cole looks weaker than ever. Like he looks tinier and smaller and weaker than ever.
I think it's safe to say this is the worst AEW's ever been, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Because
I think it easily is.
not only
I think
is-
Joe is one of their best champions, though. But
Yeah,
I don't think it's
Joe is a highlight.
that's why
of the
I
show.
think that's why I think you're right about Adam Page winning. I think that's going to be the final nail in the fucking coffin, bro. And then it's just gonna be WCW 2000.
Oh man, I feel like I've been feeling like it's WWE 2000 for a long time. They really, really fucked it all up, didn't they? Like if you really think about it objectively,
I said
speaking,
AEW just complete buns.
yeah, they had fucking Cody Rhodes CM Punk, Bryan fucking Danielson, Kenny Omega, fucking Miro, even, and who the fuck?
Even the
else?
Young Bucks. I mean,
Adam
the Young Bucks are
Cole.
one of the best tag teams, and they've
They
ruined
had
themselves.
Malachi Black. They
ruined
had
themselves.
everybody, dude. They had everybody, and
FTR.
they fucked. Yeah, and FTR. They fucked it up so bad, so bad. The Gun Club Scissor Kings or whatever. Now they just combined both those
Oh
guys.
yeah, I meant to also mention that like they have Jay White. Jay White got such good booking in the Continental Classic, and then immediately after, he's fucking off with Billy Gunn.
Bang Bang Scissor. Yeah, so fucking stupid.
You meet next week, Bang Bang Scissor Gang with the Gun Boys and the for the ROH Trio for the Trios title.
Yeah.
What you think next week on Rampage? How about that, Daddy?
Oh my God, so bad. So
Sounds
bad.
good. Sounds good.
And they did it with this Ward. Just to get back to Wardlow and put the nail in the coffin for them this week, they did the same thing with this fucking Wardlow promo that they did with the Darby promo the week before, where he's talking about fucking Cody Rhodes, basically. It's like you shouldn't talk about the other guys. Like you shouldn't talk.
That's
Like,
all
oh,
they do.
even if you, that was kind of a hot comment, a hot thought. Like, yo, like CM Punk sucks. He's injured because after he got in the ring with me. Well, number one, that's not even true. Number two, if it is true, that means you're just Ryback 2.0. You're a bad wrestler.
Unsafe worker. Yeah.
And number three, you should be talking about the guy who's in the other company in the first place. You know, and so yeah, it was fucking bizarre. And they were trying so hard to make that his pipe bomb, and it's just fucking lame. And everything on the show is lame, and I love keeping informed as to the doings of it. I can't do the 2 hours anymore, Joe. I just can't do it. You know.
No, I
Like, I
like
just
cook
watch the
dinner and
clips.
like do other things. Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Oh,
It's
I do it for this show. I do everything I do. It's for this show.
Well, I appreciate you because they asked me, you know, not to get into IRL, but they were like, hey, do you want to work Wednesdays? And I was like, well, am I going to watch this terrible show?
Yeah.
And half of it in picture.
Then you start watching and you're like, what have I become?
Yeah, exactly. So I had to do it. So I really appreciate you keeping up with the AEW, keeping me informed. I consume
Keeping
the
me on
clips.
mute. Yeah.
I'll never mute you again, Joe. Swear. I promise it.
Also, last little bit of AEW stuff. Pat's best friend, Andrew Zarian, has
Yes.
reported that Forbidden Door is going to be at Arthur Ashe in June.
That sounds like a blast. A nice, beautiful summer's day. You know, buy tickets to the last row, walk
I'll go to that,
1,000
yeah.
rows up. That sounds great.
I'll just get us comps. It's fine.
Oh,
But
okay.
then,
All right.
yeah, that's how bad AEW is. That I don't even go to shows in Philly when we're in Jersey and I can get it for free.
Yeah, I have more joy listening to Cornette talk about AEW than I do.
Well, it doesn't cost you gas money and
Yeah.
time and food and expenses and mark fucking bullshit and weather and stress, you know. But yeah, Forbidden Door at Arthur Ashe. That's, I guess they figured it's their most stacked card. I mean, look what's probably gonna be on that show. You're gonna probably have Okada, Monet.
No, you dude, it's not gonna.
Um,
It's gonna be AEW versus CMLL. What are you talking about, dude?
No. You put your money where your mouth is.
Yo, what are you saying, Joe?
No,
They're done
it'll
with
be,
that. That's not happening anymore.
Yeah, it'll be what, Okada, Sasha Banks, Will Ospreay, Bryan Danielson, and all the other nerds. You know, it'll be some big names on the show for sure.
All right, let's get to the real matters at hand, because our people's time is upon us.
We got a lot of
whether
WWE.
you're
We got a
gonna
lot of E to talk about.
let's go. Let's get into it.
I guess we will begin with what happened on Raw at the Go Home show. Raw apparently on CageMatch.net scored a 9 out of 10 this week.
A 9.
I think it was because there was less matches, and the opener was a good match with showed Drew McIntyre defeating Cody Rhodes in under 20 minutes.
I watched this. I love this. I watched this whole match from beginning to end, and I love this.
It was good.
Really enjoying Drew McIntyre. Are you on the bandwagon for the Drew McIntyre Renaissance?
Fuck yeah. I mean, I've always liked Drew since he was on the Indies. So.
Yeah. But I think he's...
And then liked him even more once they, like, started booking him, like, you know, with the Claymore and the Rumble and Brock and all that. So,
yo, and you know what's an underrated series, too, is if you look at this series of matches between Sheamus and Drew, those matches are fucking brutal and awesome. And Drew versus Gunther, was it? Or was Drew, Sheamus, and Gunther? It was fucking crazy.
Yeah, wasn't that a Mania, I think?
Yeah, so Drew is awesome. I mean, my only gripe is that I think it's a little too obvious that he's going to beat Rollins at Mania.
Well, Vince comes back, then he'll do the opposite. You know how he is. I think it's best for business if they just do Drew wins, emphatic win because Seth is injured.
Right, like a heel win, like he just beats the shit out of his leg.
And then like, you know, you can like open the show with that, or that no, you don't open the show with that. You put that in the middle of the show. You open the show with like the women's. You open the show with like, well, then again, it's 2 nights, so it's kind of hard to say.
Well, anyway,
but you'd hide it, and it would be one of those wins that you didn't want to start the show or end the show with. You want to hide it in the middle of a show. That's what I'm saying, because it might not have, you know, it kind of will have a weird vibe to it. That's what I'm saying.
We're in agreement that Drew wins Chamber, goes on and beats the shit out of Rollins by mutilating his leg all night, and just becomes champion and plunges deeper into this version of him.
And then CM Punk beats him at SummerSlam.
Okay, let me offer you an alternative.
Or at least the match happens at SummerSlam.
Damian Priest cashes in on Drew. So Drew gets his moment, gets his win.
Oh, and he like then goes off the deep end.
And then goes deeper. And Damian gets his thing. We get this Senior out of the way. What do you think about that?
When is Money in the Bank?
Keeps Money in the Bank out of the Bloodline. You know, keeps Money in the Bank on the other title. You know.
Well, but when is Money in the Bank? How much is left on the belt? Like, how much time? You have 1 year.
I think it's is it 1 year or is it by WrestleMania?
No, I think it's for 1 fiscal year, right?
One fiscal year. 1 Money in the Bank year.
Yeah.
Before you have to put the money in the bank where your money in your mouth is.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm fine with that. I'd rather just see Drew with the you know. But then it
still not the same though, because
we're assuming that it's also going to go from the undisputed title is going to go onto a babyface as well. We're assuming Cody's going to win, so you're going to have 2 babyface champions. I think one always needs to be, you know, if we're switching, it always has to be.
Well, and Bayley's probably going to win her match. You know, so you need a heel victory. So yeah.
All right, Bayley will win, and then Rhea will probably retain, and you know,
and then
she's a heel.
Drew wins. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
All right. Sorry. Keep going.
What else happened on the show? There was Raquel Rodriguez returned.
Yes.
With her back muscles to win a last chance battle royal. Yeah, I don't like Raquel Rodriguez, man. Like, it's just I know they probably tell her to smile as much as she does, but
yeah, she should be on like so much Home more Shopping Network or something.
She could be doing like the Nia Jax gimmick and just like mean mugging people and beating the shit out of people.
She should be Maria Manic. So that's who she should be.
Oh, like man eater.
She shouldn't.
Should I give her all those tattoos?
A large portion of them, I think.
I'd assume so.
But you know, like, yeah, she shouldn't be showing off her back. She should just be having her back and letting people be like, "Damn, this chick's huge." Yeah, she should just be like wrestling. She shouldn't be posing and glamming. It's like annoying. Yeah, I mean, she's very beautiful. You know, she got perfect teeth, great back. You know, she could definitely
perfect teeth, great back. That's it.
You know, and you know, very very lovely lady. I'm sure she seems like a nice, wholesome, Wonder Bread eating. Whole wheat, of course, Wonder Bread eating.
Latina.
Latin lady, yeah. So I love her, but yeah, she sucks. She's terrible.
Also, to backtrack a little bit to the Drew and Cody match, did you see they had the yellow pen?
You mean the John Madden Telestrator?
Yeah. So I guess the finish was Solo was Bloodline showing up and
See
like
right
Solo.
here?
Yeah. See right here? You see the moment Cody sees.
Yeah. This is the
thumb?
face of a guy who's about to get punched by this guy.
Yeah,
and he's
the
just
guy-
like
yeah, this
drawing
guy's about to get
arrows in a
fucked. Yeah.
circle. Oh my god!
I guess
Everyone
that's
loves it, and I hate
that's
that
definitely
everyone loves it.
McAfee's attitude, right? Or his idea.
Is it? I don't know.
Because
I
he
mean,
does that on his show, right? Doesn't he like do stupid
I
shit?
have
with it?
never seen him
No?
use a telestrator, I believe it's called. Listen. It was cool. It was fun in the moment. But I think what made me hate it is that everybody was like tweeting about how it was so fucking awesome. So I was like, oh, now I hate this. Fuck this. At the time I was like, oh, this is dope. But then when I went on Twitter, I was like, oh, shut up. Like, it's not that cool.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, but it was.
They did it. I think they did it a little week before too.
McAfee is amazing, by the way. I
he's
love
great.
him. I love him.
I like him now. I didn't like him before, but I also wasn't watching really the Eat as regular as I do now. Judgment Day defeated DIY and Awesome Truth. Did I miss? Wait,
You mean DIY, DXIY?
Yeah, DIY and Awesome Truth. It was an 8-man tag.
Yo, I feel like the WWE has done the Telestrator before,
Yeah, they have.
right? King used to do it. Yeah. I feel like, I don't know if King used to, yeah, he used to do the best art. The Royal Magistrate. Wow.
Yeah, King does actually the cover art for my buddy's comic book.
Oh, that's cool too. Well,
Headlock
anyway,
Comics,
I'm
look it up.
sorry. I didn't mean to go back, but like Larry put that in the chat. And, man, that was just like memory unlocked from like Sunday Morning Superstars or whatever the fuck, Saturday Morning Superstar. All right, go on. Sorry.
I'm trying to intertwine with my notes here.
So R-Truth thinks that DIY is Shawn Michaels and Hunter Hearst Helmsley. and he started calling them DX, and then he started calling them not Shawn Michaels and not Hunter Hearst Helmsley. And at one point he called them like the Heartbreak Kid and the King of Kings. And they're trying to convince him like we're not DX. But then like I saw a clip where like they all did suck it,
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's
That's
funny that
fucking
they thought 'cause especially
Ciampa with the beard.
Ciampa with the bald head and the
Yeah,
beard.
yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very funny. And
am the king of kings.
so he thinks that he's in DX. It's just actually the R-Truth stuff is some of the best stuff they got going. Where he thinks he's in Judgment Day. They finally drive home that he's not. So then he teams up with these guys. He thinks they're DX. But then they kind of do become DX. It's like kind of fucking awesome.
Yeah, I don't know where they're going to go with this. Is it going to be like a big payoff?
Yeah, big 8-man tag. Let's go. DX versus... But like for WrestleMania,
Mania,
they
for
come out
WrestleMania
with
or
like
something,
the gear. They do the
Yeah.
they do the
With the
gear,
glow sticks, like
and they do the entrance. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that's what they do. That's what I want to see.
Miz will have Miz impersonations are the best.
Oh, dude, that sounds like so much fun. That's putting a smile on my face. That the lights go down and they go
Cheap pop. Yeah.
I like the fucking searchlights and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They do like the old school. Yo, that
Tank,
sounds
yeah.
fucking awesome. That sounds like printing money at the t-shirt stand too.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, come on, dude. Hell
And
yeah.
on eBay.
Can I just tell you one thing about R-Truth, who's doing the best work of his entire lifetime right now, is that they had I saw like a WWE Instagram thing, like a story, where it was like, hey, how many tons and how many, like they were asking all the different superstars like trivia questions about the Elimination Chamber. And they were all like giving shoot answers and getting them wrong. But they obviously like had R-Truth giving all the right answers. Like he knew every answer to every question. It's like, well, how many tons and how many miles are the chains? And everybody's guessing and being so bad. He's like, 2 miles worth of chains and 10 tons. And they're like, ding! And he's getting everyone right. It's
He knows
very
exact
funny.
stats, yeah.
So he's great.
I told you.
What'd
What'd you tell me last week? All right, Mysterio. So what else was on the show? Chad Gable defeats Ivar. That was whatever.
Chad Gable, absolute beast machine.
Oh yeah, he was suplexing.
Oh, dude.
And all that.
Dope. Yeah. I don't know what their obsession with the Viking dude is. He's like in
Someone,
the chamber.
Did you see what the meme was where dude hangs with his best friend's wife way too much?
What?
Because Valhalla is married to the other guy.
Oh, but Ivar is the guy who gets the push.
Hansen, right? Hansen from ROH. That was his name, right? Hansen.
I guess so, yeah.
Or the Viking, yeah, whatever. Let me actually click on his profile. It should, yeah, Hansen, Don Chesterfield, yeah. But yeah.
So she's managing him, but she's married to the other guy. I get it.
Yeah, like dude hangs with dude's wife, the best friend's wife too much. And then the main event was Gunther defeating Jey Uso for the Intercontinental title. Now this was in the main event spot.
Gunther.
Yeah.
Gunther.
I thought they were going to give Jey the belt here. I think that's what the idea was, and now they're feeding the sheets and telling them that he was supposed to win.
And the big brother interrupted.
Right, sure.
Highlights for me, another Pat McAfee. You know, he's doing the Nakamura for Jey now. He's doing this. He stands on the table.
Yeah.
Come on, Cole. Yeah, so he's basically doing that. It was a very extremely
Just
viral.
Me, Oos. Just me, Oos.
So, and then Gunther turns around and he like looks at Pat McAfee and like gives him a stare, and Pat goes, huh, and he like stops mid. It was very comical. It was cute. You know, it was a funny little moment, viral little moment. You know. Yeah. Well, I thought this was the beginning to Jay's road to WrestleMania with the IC, but it looks like he's going to be road to WrestleMania brother versus brother. The third time in WrestleMania history. Joe, can you name me the other two times?
Owen versus Brett.
Okay.
At 10. And then you said, wait, another brother versus brother in WrestleMania history?
Hold on.
WrestleMania history? Because Brett and Owen's like one of my favorite matches ever, so I knew that. At 10. Why am I spacing on the other one? Oh, Matt versus Jeff Hardy at WrestleMania, whatever that one was, and it was in Texas. Was it on the same show as Taker and Shawn? 25?
Yes. I don't know.
That had the finish where he gave him the twist of fate with Jeff's head's like through.
It was WrestleMania 25, Joe.
Oh, let's fucking go!
Do you want to hear some other amazing brother versus brother matches that have taken place in history?
Yeah, sure. We only have a whole nother show we have to preview, but go ahead.
You have Undertaker versus Kane.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Edge versus Christian.
They're not brothers, but all right.
Spike Dudley and New Jack versus the Dudley Boys.
But then again, so is Kane, not the Undertaker.
Yeah, you just accepted that. You were just like, oh yeah, of course.
I gotta work, brother.
Axel versus Ian Rotten. Dusty Rhodes versus.
Are they real brothers?
Yes, of course, Joe. Don't question. Dustin Rhodes.
We gotta have him on We gotta have him on versus the world and ask him.
Well, if he ever recovers from that allergy. Anyway, Dustin Rhodes versus Cody Rhodes. Double or Nothing. Excellent. Probably the best brother versus brother match. It might be my new favorite.
Yeah. You know, that one's epic. I was there live for that one actually at Double or Nothing.
You had Eddie versus Chavo Guerrero at the Royal Rumble 2004, and this wasn't brother versus brother, but it's topical. Shane versus Vince McMahon, WrestleMania 17.
In a shitter match.
That's offensive. It was a hardcore match, Joe. Anything goes.
We actually, so that's it for Raw, but before we get the Elimination Chamber, we skipped over what happened on SmackDown last week.
Oh, with Sleeveless Gooch Rock.
The Rock showed up.
Hated it. Like
you hated it?
Yeah, I hated it because I hated how he was doing his like 2005 material and calling everyone fat and saying he was going to slap the herpes off the dude's mouth. Like, it was like such a, like, I would have liked.
wearing fatty. Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, you're all inbred Mormons with your 59Y. It was so low-hanging fruit. You got your own fucking writer. You're like, you've transcended from that guy to becoming the biggest movie star in history. Can I get something with a little, I don't know.
Originality.
Yeah, like just a little intelligence. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
So give me a little bit of intelligence.
I think he's getting there. I think by the time we get to like Mania, and who knows, he might stick around after Mania too. But
and it's the hottest thing they have going, and neither one of them, Roman or him, are going to be at Chamber. And you know what? He's standing there in that fucking Gucci sleeveless, and Roman's standing there in his hoodie. It's making Roman not look so great, dude.
oh, Roman has been playing second fiddle. Excuse me, ever since the press conference. He's been like kind of like the little bro.
Yeah, it's making him look like a little bit of a lackey. Yeah, he's making him look like an Uso. A little bit.
Yeah.
Like I now and
Maybe it'll work in the grand scheme of things, depending on how they go with the booking. But if we're saying it's going to be Drew versus Seth, that takes the tag team, the possible tag team option off the table, man. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was dope. Like, but that's what I'm saying. He looks like the final boss now.
Yeah.
You know, like I want to see Cody fight The Rock now. You know, I don't want to see Cody fight Rock. I want to see Cody beat up this guy with this fucking awesome.
Well, the
shirt.
story is not to beat The Rock. The story is to win the championship.
Yeah, I know, but it just looks like Dad came home. You know.
Yeah, I mean that's always been the case, but they've also had a lot of booking changes the last 2 months. I don't think Mania.
So, yeah.
I don't think the Mania we're going to end up with was going to be anything what they maybe planned it was going to be like 3 to 4 months ago.
Well, why?
With
Because because of the Vince stuff.
Because of Vince, because of injuries, 2 to 3 injuries, because of the Rock thing. Like that's 4 to 5 major things.
Yeah, I guess you're right. All right, carry on.
So yeah, so you didn't like it, and it was low hanging fruit, and I thought it was all right. I think he's gonna just have to get warmed up a little more, but
Okay.
I do like that he merged
Yes.
the vest and the shirt. That was cool.
Yeah,
thought
I
that
like
was-
his
that was
look
cool.
was dope. Like that's what I'm saying. He looked great, and like I liked seeing.
Then
him.
he's still doing like the goosebumps thing. Like I don't think he should sell that the crowd is getting him excited. You know.
Yeah,
Because he was
that's
coming
true.
out, you know, like he did all babyface shit after he went off the air. I don't know if you saw that.
Well,
like
and I
he
saw
started-
on like one of their TikToks or whatever, I saw that he was talking about how he's not going to be at Chamber, and he came off like as the like Dwayne Johnson. He was like, I'm not going to be there, but I'll be there in spirit. The Rock's going to be there in spirit. Like he seemed like he's not fully committed. Like I don't know.
Yeah, he's not fully committed. It's like it's also
I mean,
like
the
where they
promo
like
was
boo
scathing,
him.
though.
Well, no, it was. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He has a scathing promo, and then but then they'll boo him at other times, but then pop when his music hits. You know what I mean? Like it's not just straight booing from the
Yeah.
gun.
Yeah, that's a good point. It'll be interesting.
speaking-
I'm invested. I'm invested.
Speaking of after show antics, CM Punk came out after Raw went off the air.
Yeah,
Did you see
Cody
this?
introduced him.
Cody introduced him, and he's like, "My AEW counterpart."
Did he say that?
CM Punk, Phil, no.
Oh my God, dude!
They
You
would
got me.
never
You worked
like-
me, brother.
They would never acknowledge that, brother. Come on.
Imagine he was. No, but they spoke in generalities. Like a man who I thought we were gonna take one place to the top, but now Destiny's brought
He's
us.
all elite.
He's an elite talent.
Yeah, and Punk just said, next time I come to Anaheim, I'm gonna have my boots on.
Yeah, he's gonna have his boots on. He's great. Did you see the meme too that the crowd was singing Cody's theme, and Jay was like laid out in the corner, like resting, and they're like, adrenaline, something, and then when they all go, whoa, Jay is in the corner like selling, and he goes like, whoa, and he like does the thing anyway. It was kind of cool. It was kind of dope. I don't know if he was like rest. I guess he was resting because it was like after they were all singing Cody's song and shit. Yeah, CM Punk. They're keeping him in the mix. You know?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. That's why I think they're gonna. If they're keeping him in the mix, I can kind of like read into that and would think that they're gonna. Second he comes back, get right into that main event picture, right to the title picture.
I mean, he will probably. He should have something to do with Mania. They should give him like a commentary spot for the World Heavyweight match, or they should do something with him.
Have Austin show up and do a promo with him.
Yeah, like they talk shit to each other or something, and like CM Punk takes a stunner or some shit. You know, like whatever. Yeah, some shit.
Yeah,
you know,
that'd
they
be cool.
Tease like next year. They announced that next year.
Yeah, they could tease next year, just like how we said to Cody is like, I'm like, it's like a respectful promo. And you're like, oh, when's that part gonna come up? He's like, I'm more the American dream than you are. You know what I mean? Like you can eventually Punk can get around to that. And then Austin's like, what? What'd you say, boy?
Yeah.
I think he can wrestle, so he can do a stunner, and I'm sure
he comes out with the rooster he's adopted, Rory.
Yeah. Cool. So let's talk Elimination Chamber. It is this Saturday at like, I don't know when, 4 a.m. in the morning.
5 a.m. Yeah.
5 a.m. Eastern. I will not be waking up for it.
No.
I will be just probably waking up and then seeing that things happened.
Let me ask you this: would you be interested enough? When is it? It's Saturday at 5 a.m.
5, 6 in the morning or something like that.
I have a question for you. Now, would you be somebody who goes right when you wakes up at whatever time and then goes right to watching it? Do you want to try to do no spoilers on the internet? You're just going to scroll through your phone and update yourself.
I'd probably accidentally just, if I cared, I would delete all social media, but I don't.
Right.
So
just by habit, you'll scroll and see.
I'll just like, oh yeah, shit, new champion, and I'll be like, what did he make? And then I'll go watch it because I'll do notes for the show.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch it. I'll watch it on my own time. I'm thinking about maybe trying to do a spoiler-free Saturday morning. Wake up, have my coffee, put that bitch on.
Yeah, maybe I'll try and do that. Maybe I'll try. Well, I mean, we're looking at the card, we'll talk, but it's only 4 matches on the show, so.
Yeah, that seems odd.
Well, there's five segments on the show.
Do you think they'll maybe do like a pre-show? Is there like a pre-show? They'll do like 2 pre-show matches, give the fans 6? Because 4 is tough.
There'll be an experience.
Yeah, $70 to buy merch.
The card read as follows: Women's Elimination Chamber: Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair versus Liv Morgan versus Naomi versus Tiffany Stratton versus Raquel Rodriguez.
I think it's obviously Becky.
Yeah, I guess that's fine. Yeah, that makes sense, right?
Super obvious. Like, even, I guess, what's the swerve? Maybe Bianca, maybe Raquel if you want to really stretch it. But I think it's got to be Becky.
Yeah. Maybe Liv Morgan?
Nah, I don't think so.
This is Liv's year. This is the return of
Revenge
Liv.
Tour. I mean, she's a darling. She's a gem. I love Liv Morgan. But nah, it's going to be Becky.
Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships, then Judgment Day, Damian Priest and Finn Balor versus Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. I like that British Strong Style's back. I like that Pete Dunne is back.
Yeah, I like them. I don't have anything against them. I mean, is that like the match though? I'd rather see. Is that like the 50,000 people in Perth, Australia match for this card though?
No.
Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate.
I mean,
maybe they needed some British guys.
Yeah, in England, kind of. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what the whole show is, right? Actually, wait, no. There's no English or New Zealand people in the first match, in the women's match.
They just needed somebody who sounds vaguely like they're not from America.
Yeah. Women's World Championship: Rhea Ripley challenged
Australia's own
versus Nia Jax. Oof. How's this gonna go?
I think Rhea's gonna.
This is my brutality.
Ooh, Ooh, maybe she comes out like that. Maybe she does something like that.
Just this.
Yeah, like
Right.
some Crocodile Dundee gear. Like some shark, some alligator teeth in the hat.
Or dress like Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z.
What's like a famous?
She did that before at Mania, by the way.
Yeah, I know. That was
I know.
That was the grunting match. That was the empty
Yeah,
arena
yeah.
grunt
Oh, is it?
grunt fest. Yeah, it was her versus Charlotte, right?
Yeah.
For the NXT, and it was a grunt fest, like grunts echoing throughout the hollowed halls. I don't know. How do you think it goes, Joe?
It'll be definitely Nia looking pretty good or Nia looking like shit she always does, and then like, getting a lot of offense in on Rhea, kind of like that. But I don't think it's gonna.
I mean, she doesn't take the belt off Rhea a month outside
No.
or 2 months outside of WrestleMania. A month.
No, I think Rhea's gonna have it a long time.
And
then
I'm excited to
there's
see
also
how the crowd reacts to Rhea. I'm excited to see how the crowd reacts in general.
They'll go fucking nuts.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be dope.
Soccer crowd, right? Soccer stadium, soccer crowd.
I just think it's probably the WWE and all the wrestlers are probably so excited to like perform in front of non-jaded fans. You know what I mean? Like everyone's
Yeah.
gonna be so fucking hyped to be there. It's not gonna be like performing in the America.
Yeah, no shitters. Then there's the Grayson Waller effect with what was it, Seth and Cody?
Yeah, they're gonna be on Grayson Waller's fake talk show.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I don't know what's they're gonna have the both of them on it, so I guess we'll kind of know what but then they're saying Rock and Roman aren't gonna be there.
Ooh, do you think it's deep kayfabe that they're gonna come out and they're gonna set the match?
If you smile, the Rock.
I mean,
Yeah,
that
maybe.
might be fucking dope. It's like, I want you in my corner for the match. And he's like, well, guess what? I'm gonna be in Roman's corner, bitch.
Bitch. And then the men's elimination chamber, Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton versus Bobby Lashley versus LA Knight versus Kevin Owens versus Logan Paul.
Love to see it. Super excited. Hate when
And
they
we said
do the secondary.
Drew is going to win this, right?
Yeah, I think I think both elimination chambers, they just set up different, some of the eliminations will set up different roads to WrestleMania. But I think in the end, you got Becky and Drew. What do you think?
Yeah, Becky and I'm fine with that. I'll say Becky, Judgment Day, Rhea, and Drew.
Super obvious. Just play the hits.
I think this show was just a big, just another show.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm excited of the spectacle of it. Like, I think I'm excited that they're in Australia. They're gonna have
It'll be like kind of like Mania vibe, big old soccer stadium, and like a
outdoor fucking cage.
Outdoor.
Yeah, like that. I'm excited more about the ambiance than I am about like the matches and the storylines progressing.
it'll be a Saudi vibe.
Yeah, you think so?
No, they're not. Nothing's worse than that. So you want to play this quick game? My flight attendant buddy John, a viewer of ours, so he knows the flight attendant.
By the way, his name's not really John, and that's not his actual job in the Air Force. Joe is just saying that because we want to protect his identity, obviously.
No, this was given to him by someone else.
The guy whose name and job that you made up to protect the real person got this from somebody else.
All right, so this is the Lachute names that were on the flight, one of the flights. This was given. This is like I guess a friend of his gave it to him or whatever, and it's like, oh, this is all the shoot names of the people that were on the flight the WWE flight headed to Australia.
All the
wanna-
wrestlers.
Well, I mean, it's just like 10 names. I didn't get all the names, but I want to quiz Pat with all these names and see if he knows his shoot names,
Ooh, okay. I like this game.
and that'll probably be it for us tonight. Number one. Some of these are pretty easy, by the way, and some are hard. Okay.
Okay.
Number one, Paul Levesque.
Oh, I think that's Triple H. Triple H. He's there.
Number two, Daniel Ventrell.
Huh. See, you threw me off with the Triple H thing to start it because it's like I thought these were just going to be all like wrestlers, but now it's like Triple H, he's like a big deal. How about
You've never heard of this guy. I didn't hear about this guy until this week. So
Oh, I don't even know who he is.
his office.
Oh, he's Office? Oh, I don't want to do an Office.
He's the EVP, Executive Vice President of Talent for WWE.
So he doesn't even have a work name.
No. Yeah,
Well, you can't include him in a game where I have to guess the shoot names of a guy who doesn't have a work name.
Next up, Mark Calloway.
Now I'm all fucked up. Obviously, Mark Calloway is the Undertaker.
That's why I did. That's why I
He's
did.
a guy who's nobody. He doesn't even have a fake name.
You don't know. Maybe he's like shitter number 4 or something.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Andrew.
pit boss.
So did you say Mark Calloway was who?
The Undertaker, of course.
Okay. Shout out to his YouTube
Shout out
channel.
YouTube.
Next up, Andrew Galloway.
Oh, that's got to be Mark Calloway's son. Oh no, that's Drew. That's Drew.
Galloway?
That's Drew McIntyre. That's Drew McIntyre.
Okay.
Is that? Am I right?
Yes, because it was Drew Galloway on the Indies.
Right. Okay. I didn't realize how I knew that. I just went for instincts. But yes, that is the connection.
All right, this one's a tough one. Demi Bennett. Or Demi. It could also be. It's like Demiti, but I believe it's pronounced Demi or Demi.
Huh.
Bennett.
How about R-Truth?
No.
Who?
It's female.
Oh,
I'll
it's
give you a
female.
hint.
Bianca Belair.
No. Think this is pretty much like the top talent on this flight. So who's like the top female?
Not playing? Am I not playing correctly? I don't know. You just
Top
tell me.
female, and we're headed to Australia.
I don't know. Maybe Liv Morgan? No.
It's Rhea Ripley.
Oh wow, her name is Dimmitt.
Dimmitt. It's like Dimity if you pronounce it just like a dumb
that kinda
American.
makes
It's
me-
probably Demi.
That kind of makes me love her even more. That she's got like an exotic Australian.
This is kind of an
name.
easy-ish one. Fergal Devitt.
Oh, that's Ferg Finn. Yeah, I know him.
For anyone who doesn't know, he was Prince Devitt and
Used to
Japan.
live in Williamsburg.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Here's an easy one. Franklin Lashley.
Oh, that's got to be Bobby Lashley's son.
Yeah.
His little baby son.
Next one. This is a tough one.
It's just a
Luis
yeah.
Luis Berrios Jr.
Is it a tough one?
I didn't know, and I was thinking to myself, who's Latin?
You know, I feel like this is the worst way to end maybe my worst episode of this show is by quizzing me on these things and making me say stupid guesses. How about Andrade? No, because his real name is Andrade.
Top guys, remember top
guys.
Who they
What's
like?
the name again?
This
Luis. I'm suffering.
Luis
I'm
Berrios
suffering.
Jr.
I don't know. Just tell me. Just tell me who it is.
Damian Priest.
Oh, that makes sense because he's a Puerto Rican man.
This one's easy.
Luis Berrios Jr. I like that. That's a good name for him.
Randall Orton.
I think that's probably going to be Randy Orton.
And then last one, it might go either way. Rebecca Quinn.
I'm doing, basically this game had two difficulties. Extremely easy.
Like Ultra Nightmare
Yeah.
and I'm Too Young to Die.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's basically so.
Very easy and like
there wasn't one question.
Pat
where,
must die mode.
Yeah, there wasn't one question where if I got it right, it was like, oh, good job, Pat. Except for the ultra hard ones, which would have just been a prayer.
Yeah, this was so all over the place.
But that's fun. We learned what was.
Wait, do you know who Rebecca Quinn is?
Yeah, it's fucking what's her name? Becky Lynch.
Okay, all right, just making sure.
I don't even know how I know that. I just know that.
Well, Rebecca.
I don't even remember like how I determined that, or like where the first time I heard that.
She also has the book recently that she is coming out, so her shoot name's been kind of getting thrown around.
You know what? That was the third thing that I needed in my life. It was last night when I laid my head on the pillow. It was, man, I wish there was an Undertaker YouTube channel. I wish that, what's going on with Jake Hager. And, man, you know whose book I would love to read? Rebecca Quinn's.
Tried to go to the book signing Mania weekend. It looks like it's sold out. So I'll try it day of, though.
Thanks. I would
That does
love
it for today.
to listen to her read the audiobook of that.
Oh, yeah. I'm the man. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm the freaking man. So that's it. You want to talk about anything else, or I think we're good.
You
We're
know,
about 2
Joe, I
hours,
guess I just want to send you a heartfelt apology for having you muted for the first 45 seconds of the show, and then having myself muted for another huge chunk of time later on in the show, and then completely botching and just sucking. I feel like I was a little off today, but you know what? You can't win them all. I just hope that there aren't any fans
That's
out there.
because you stay up to 5 a.m. With Prince.
Yeah, Wednesday's a long day, but I think in the end it's going to benefit this program because after Drunk GM mode on Wednesday nights, I cannot even look at alcohol. I had a recovery
Yeah, but then
beer.
your little slosh, you're still kind of like, oh.
Well, I had a recovery beer and I had a juice, a virgin juice. So
There you go.
but anyway, I guess the main thing is that we are in the road to WrestleMania, not only for the WWE, which we cover obviously at length and very educated and informed, but we are on the road to our own WrestleMania. We're on April 4th. The Boulevard Bullies will be doing live podcasts and sponsoring and refereeing a no-ring match, as only we can do. And then I'm thinking, Joe, you were thinking, on the 5th, maybe we do a closed-door, invite-only live Here Comes the Lame, like only for the most sophisticated of fans.
If you're interested, hit me up.
Joe's
We'll
mad.
probably get you in.
Joe's mad at me.
But we're outside the city though, so you'll have to get there somehow.
It's a quick hop, skip, and a jump.
And we'll make it work. But it'll be like, down here in the basement, intimate vibe, chairs, food, maybe. Yeah.
You're going to be
Maybe
doing...
we'll do a 3-hour special. Get a lot of
Ooh.
questions and opinions from people and shit.
Yeah, I kind of like that idea.
Does that mean that he's not invited? That's what. Well, we'll talk to you guys next week.
Hey, well, anyway, thank you for tuning into the flagship
Shout out to my
show.
girl and John
Hey.
for mentioning that we were muted and stuff like that too.
Thank you to Joe's friends, and more importantly than apologizing to Joe, I want to apologize to his friends as well. Thank you for allowing him and encouraging him to spend his time with me every week. I'll try to be better next time. But until then, Joe is now muted for real. The music's coming up. And that means we're out of time. Bye-bye!
Boulevard.